welcome to the show. Again, we thank God that you can view the show, whether it's in your living room, your kitchen, your bedroom, or any other area in your home. We're excited to bring you D.A.P Ministries present, and I'm your host, the Reverend Willie Williams Jr. I'm excited because God has blessed us another opportunity to not only thank Him for what He is doing, but what He has done. And we're still celebrating the recovery of Katrina and Rita and all the other storms and hurricane that has affected us. But we always say to our audience, our friends and family, that they should go to the lower ninth ward and see the devastation, but envision the restoration that God will do in that community. Yes, there's still blotted lights, and there's still houses that need repairs, but we believe God is going to restore and rebuild. Also, we always go and thank God for the volunteers and one particular group that comes down, a youth group, team effort have been coming ever since Katrina, and they have been consistent and persistent in helping in the rebuild of not only of our citizens' home, but also our places of worship. So we thank God for that. We'll also thank God for our co-hosts, the Reverend Darrell Smith, also known as PM Pastor, comes on AM 940. AM 940. He has a particular saying that he says at 3 o'clock. I listen to it, and it makes me feel good that our streets are getting better. And what do you say?
Well, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., I'll take you home in style with a smile.
And that's good, because we have some bumpy streets, and the streets are getting a little bit better. But also, you have a finger on the pulse of what's taking place, and the blessing is, I love the inspiration that you give and telling people about information. And also, you have your finger on a global effect as well.
Right. Thanks to technology and, of course, the internet. We're on YouTube as well, so you can see this show and others like this, past shows. And you just go to youtube.com and use the search engine D.A.P, D.A.P Ministries TV show, and you'll see this and other shows. So whether you're on your desktop, your laptop, your notebook, or even if you have a smartphone that can view it, we're there, and we're there for you online. Wherever you can go, whether it's Russia, Italy, Afghanistan. We've had people to look at us over in Afghanistan. So it's like you're near and dear, because some of the things we have are prevalent to everybody, you know.
I wish you could find that information. We had one of the French choirs that came from France, Paris, France, and stuff like that. You can find that and download it for because they came consistently, at least about 3 years after Katrina and stuff, and came to your church, came to my church, and went to other area churches. And was that Terry Francois?
Terry Francois. Yeah. Now I tell you what, we do have a couple of I'm not sure about the TV show, but I do have a couple of songs that they sung, and that's on YouTube also. So I could always add a link to say, look up for the the TFS singers, and you can find that. So you give me a homework assignment.
I gave you a homework assignment. Because look, they did a great job. They did such a great job. I remember D.A.P Ministry had a cruise opportunity where we took our ministry out on the cruise, and that was one of the highlights. That before we did our ministry, we played their songs, and then you preached, and then I preached, and a whole lot of preaching was going on.
Yeah. That was my first cruise. But I'll tell you what, let me make another announcement right fast. The association with Reverend Smith.
Southern General.
Yeah, Southern General Association will be having their annual session starting on Monday, the 26th of May. And I'll tell you what, this time is passing by so fast. It's at the Liberty Baptist Church over there on...
No, Trinity.
Trinity on Claiborne Avenue, North Claiborne. While I'm at it, let me mention that at the Plymouth Rock Missionary Baptist Church at 2 o'clock today, it's the Family and Friends Day. So if you're in the area of the Black Pearl, what is known, 233 Hillary Street, we invite you to be there. I'll be there supporting my church, my pastor.
Who's preaching? Anybody?
I have not gotten that confirmed yet. Pastor's told me, but he hadn't told. He knows, but I just don't know who it is.
Okay.
It's okay. But I'd like to know more about our guest, because we have a guest today, and she's a local artist, and she comes in the person of Lisa Reed. First of all, I want to say hello and welcome to D.A.P Ministries TV show.
Hello, it's nice to meet you guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're excited. We're excited because we see some of your artwork, and we're going to ask you questions about it. Because just the big picture. I mean, I guess we really get the big picture. It's
Yes,
awesome. It's really awesome. And tell us a little bit about what inspired you to draw that.
With this particular picture, I was actually driving across town and I just saw a swamp picture looking like the water and everything, and I decided, I said, I could do that. It looks like a nice, interesting thing to put on canvas. So I just got together and sat down and meditated about it for a minute, and there she is.
So artists are really strange, you know, not in a negative way, but in a positive way, because y'all act like, if anything, not instant photographers, but your memory, you can see something, then you can come back and draw it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
strange. That's strange because we
see
need
things.
cameras.
We see things a little differently from most people most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I always say, you know, I drive for a living, and I say my career is what I get paid for,
Mm-hmm.
but my calling is what I was made for.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, and this is my calling, and I remember stuff, and I look at stuff, and I said, okay, I'm gonna put that on canvas. That looks good. You know, we'll work
So
that out.
do you give that a particular name, or you just say that's part of New Orleans East?
It's just part of New Orleans East. No, I didn't give this particular picture a name yet, and maybe I can get some opinions on it. But I happen to like it, and it's nature, it's calming, it's peaceful.
Now I have a question.
Yes,
Looking at the sunrise or sunset?
I say sunset.
Okay, I say sunset too. Yeah,
I say
okay.
sunset.
Yeah, when you say
That's
east,
awesome.
when
You know
say
what?
east, do
Because
sunrise
it could be
west.
subjective, because somebody says, you know, I'm watching the sunrise
Mhm.
because of the was that cranes in there and everything like that.
There's a crane, there's an alligator.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I had to get the moss in there, you know, to bring down to the New Orleans
Flavor.
moss and
Mm-hmm.
you know, the oak trees. It was just a good swamp picture when I looked at it. It was just really, really peaceful.
Yeah.
It
So
is,
you know,
it
we
is.
had to kind of fit all that in there.
Now, I think that would fit really good in my living room.
We can send this one to you if you don't mind. It'll be all right.
All right.
Now, how long have you been drawing, painting, having that title artist? Because not everybody can claim that title.
Actually, I started drawing when I was very young. I was in elementary school when I started. Actually, I drew a unicorn on a piece of wood. That started the whole thing, and from there, I just started drawing on everything, including the walls that my mother probably was not too crazy about.
They call it murals.
Yes, that's what it's called now. Then it wasn't called murals. It was called getting the whipping or
Getting the
getting
whipping.
punished later, you know. But yeah, and I've done murals too. I have some. I have murals that I've done. I've done on my sister-in-law's wall. I've done another one for our CEO for Second Harvest Food Bank.
That's some of your work?
Yes, I've done some couple of trees and a couple other little things, but most of the folk, I pretty much like doing the trees. They're really spacious. They're really kind of expressionable, and people can kind of work with them a little better for us putting furniture and stuff in their house. So
You mean a real tree?
painting?
A painting.
A painting
I
of
do
a
a mural on the wall.
Oh, okay, you have those. Because
They look like real trees though when I'm
really?
finished. Yes.
Was that Bayou Boogaloo?
Bayou Boogaloo, yes.
Yeah, Bayou Boo. There's a tree that
Yeah.
people
They
the
painted
guy,
on it.
they
Yeah, I
painted
saw
on it.
that.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. It's awesome. You know.
I saw that. Yes.
Any formal training?
None at all. I've never had a class in my entire life.
I thought
It's-
you went to NOCA or something.
No, just thank God for it. It's just
That's
a
a gift.
God-given talent. You
Yeah,
know?
it's a gift. You.
Are you familiar with Grandma Moses?
I've heard of her. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying about she was self-taught.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, self-taught. Yeah.
I mean, you just keep practicing and practicing until you get it, you know, down to what you want it to look like.
Now, concept. Picture this, if you will. Okay. And
Okay.
As an artist, you can know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
A white canvas.
Okay. We
All
get
right.
those.
That's where you
That
start.
that starts that way?
That's right. And what do you see on that white canvas? Now, I'll tell you what I see right fast.
What do you see?
I see a white cow in a snowstorm. But you
Okay.
can't see him because of the snow.
Yeah, I see.
But you see what I'm talking about?
He's
What
been
do
to
you
some
see
of
on the
those
canvas?
psychiatrists and setting on the couch
Yeah.
and ask you to identify what does this picture look like.
Yeah, no, well, I've done abstract pictures too, so I understand that. You know, I've done a couple of pictures or paintings of myself or for myself, and I'm just like, nah, I don't like, you know, and I'll just throw a couple of colors together and see what they look like, just to see what the colors look like, you know. Might match it, I might use it later on, you know.
So you
Never
still
know.
have it?
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the impressional years, right?
Yeah. You know, some of them you be like, I just throw that away. But most of the time I keep them just to get the learning experience from them. So it works out well.
You deal with acrylics. What kind of paints do you do?
I deal with acrylics mostly, acrylics and charcoals, because I do some black and white pictures also. You know, some of my pictures I've, I've put them together. I've done acrylics with the black and white in the middle. I have this one particular picture where it's acrylics on the outside, and I've used pencil and charcoal and done a landscape of the city on the inside. So, you know, it works.
Now, before we go too far, tell our audience your contact information, because somebody may be interested in having that portrait that I'm going to get, and they may want one like that too.
I have to do a duplicate for them, huh?
Yeah.
You can reach me at LELEREED 68 at yahoo.com. Or you can reach me at 504-287-6884.
Say it again.
LELEREED 68 at yahoo.com or 504-287-6884.
Okay, so you have some other pictures
Yes, this is the one I was just speaking of a minute ago about, as far as the black and white together with the colors going behind it and everything. And
Look at that camera over there, because I think they're going to take a picture of it.
oh, okay. And, you know, and I did the black and white on the inside and did the color on the inside because, you know, New Orleans is a very colorful city, but sometimes everything's just nice and plain.
Now, is that saying
that's pretty.
something?
That's pretty.
Is that saying something when you draw? Does it speak to a particular motif, or does it just say what you express? Because you put it in a heart, and why'd you do
Well,
that?
actually, I put it in the heart because I did it right after Katrina, not long after Katrina, and I
So
love
it
my
is a
city.
statement piece.
Yes, yes, because you know, after Katrina, everything was pretty much black and white. You know, everything. It wasn't all, you know, party and, you know, everything that's normal with the city. So it was just black and white, but I still love my city in the black and white, you know.
And I could
That's
see it.
powerful. That's
I
powerful.
could, by you explaining it, I could see it. So it's just like, and we know that that's what art is. Art is to have the expression come out of the muse, to think about it and everything. But I could see that right there.
It's beautiful. It's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
We got to go to break. When we come back, we're going Lisa's going to show us some more prints, and we're going to be excited about it, and you're going to be able to find out more information about Lisa. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Poor nutrition today will increase Sarah's chances of anemia, add to her healthcare costs, sick days, even stunt her ability to learn. And the thing is, Sarah's not even born yet. Get proper nutrition before it's too late. Call or visit WIC. WIC provides nutrition information, healthcare referrals, even food. Your child has you, and you have WIC.
Mrs. Johnson, good to see you again. This is Mike. You can trust him. He looks just like you. Plus, 2 against 1 is more intimidating when we force someone to sign a loan.
And I'll be sucking up to you in order to keep up the illusion.
So, here are your low monthly payments and interest rate as we promised. Here's where they triple. The rest of this stuff, don't think a lawyer can read this. It protects us. Make sure we get your home when you can't pay us back.
Such a lovely house.
Yeah. But don't worry. We're going to sell you credit life insurance. You don't really need it, but
Puts lots of cash in our pockets.
you look nervous. We better hurry and get you to sign. Or